Adjust this camera. Get started in a couple minutes. Shalom. I had a heck of a time getting started tonight. I'm gonna wait a couple more minutes and wait for people to join and then get started. It's not gonna be long at all. Um, just bring it out real quick through the spirit. Like I said, I had a heck of a time trying to log on tonight, y'all. Madness, pure madness. But I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Just somebody put a 1 in the chat. Shalom, sisters. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Okay, Con, we're gonna get started in probably like another minute or so. All right. So first and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High Yahweh, which the world ignorantly calls God, and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Through the Spirit, we get built up and get edified tonight. So we know tonight's topic is just it's slothfulness, dealing with slothfulness. I titled it, acknowledging the spirit of slothfulness is the first step to overcome it. And I said that because coming into this truth, a lot of things we have to acknowledge, where we have went off. We have to acknowledge our sins and stuff to the Most High, that so He is able to take it from us. So by acknowledging that, we confessing that we're dealing with these different kind of spirits, or we're struggling with a different kind of sin, or whatever it may be. The key point to it is just acknowledging that you're dealing with it, so the Most High can take it from you. That's slothfulness is a spirit. It's a wicked spirit. The Most High, He'll put it on you as a test. I mean, He could put it on you as a punishment. It just depends. But I think a lot of our people deal with the spirit of slothfulness, but we have to push past it, because if we came into this truth, we got to be producing fruits. We got to be producing works, the fruit of our hands. So it's very important that if you're dealing with that spirit, you pray that the Most High take it from you. You got to fast and you got to pray it off of you. That's the only way to get rid of that spirit. And obviously, every day, renewing your mind. When you wake up in the morning, renew your mind, repent, get the Most High glory, all the glory, all the praises, thank Him, and ask Him, to lead and guide your day, to help motivate you, to take away that spirit, to encourage you, to bless the fruit of your hands that day. Have stuff set out in front of you, like goals, like what you plan on doing for the day. Have an outline, have some kind of vision or something in front of you, so that spirit don't hold you back. Now I deal with it every now and again. I deal with that spirit, like I can motivate myself. I can get up, I can motivate myself. I can get done what need to be getting done, and then out of nowhere, it just be like boom, like it just hits you like you don't want to do nothing. Like, and that's a spirit. That's an evil spirit, because we have to be producing fruit while we in this truth. I just want to bring a couple precepts out real quick, because with us being made in the image of the Most High, being His servants. A servant can't be lazy. A servant has to put the work in, right? That's just what's required of a servant. A servant is, we're supposed to be helping and stuff. And so I'm gonna pretty much be hitting on the aspect of, like, from a woman aspect. with the spirit of slothfulness, like why we was created and how literally the spirit of slothfulness will destroy us because we was created to help anyway. So if we're being lazy and we're being idle, how in the world are we helping? We're not. So let me pull out a couple precepts real quick, how important it is to work, and produce the fruit of our hands. That's a very important thing. So let's go to Exodus real quick. Exodus 20, 9 through 11. And it's real windy, y'all. I just started blowing and stuff. Hope y'all can hear me okay. Exodus 20, 9. Salakia. Yeah, let's do 9 through 10. It says, 6 days thou shalt labor and do all thy work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God, in thou shalt not do any work, nor thy son, nor thy daughters, nor thy maidservant or manservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gate. So the Most High, he commanded us in the beginning, we're supposed to be working 6 days. We're supposed to be working 6 days and rest on the 7th day, right? So we're supposed to be working, that equates out to like, let me see, that's 168 hours a week. Now, if you subtract 24 hours for the Sabbath, you down to 144 hours, right, of work time. Take away 8 hours for sleep each night, that's like 48 hours that we're losing, right? So now we're dealing with like 96 hours of work time, right? And the majority of people where Babylon done tricked us, a lot of people think they only have to work like 5 days. And when I say that, I mean like Monday through Friday, observe the Sabbath, right? And then still rest on Sunday. When Sunday, really, that's the beginning of the weekend. That's when you're supposed to restart, reset, refresh, and start getting your work in. But a lot of people still resting on Sunday, and you missing out on all them hours of work that you could be doing, producing fruits. Salakia, y'all. People walking past, so Salakia for my background. But just imagine that one full day, you missing out on at least like 16 hours of putting your hands to fruitful works, producing fruits, right? So let's get another precept real quick about working. Actually, I'm going to read verse 11 too, out of Exodus 20. I'm going to go back there real quick. Verse 11, it says, for in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that was in them, and rested on the 7th day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath and hallowed it. So the Most High, he even worked 6 days. He worked 6 days, so we're supposed to be working 6 days and rest on the 7th day. So as the daughters of Zion, we are supposed to be literally putting in our works. And our works will start at home, producing our fruits at home. If you go to the Proverbs 31 woman, everything that she did when she woke up in the morning, she had a vision for her day. She had it laid out. She worked willingly with her hands. She was producing righteous fruits. And this is what she lived for. And that's what we have to keep in mind. Like when that spirit tried to get on us to be slothful and not want to do nothing, and be lazy and idle and wasting time, we have to remember the Proverbs 31 woman, that virtuous woman. She didn't do that. She rose early. She probably went to sleep last. Her day was very fruitful. So my question would be, where's time to be slothful? It's literally no time to be slothful, y'all. And as a helper or a servant of the Most High, a servant literally means to, let me pull it up real quick, but it literally means to one who execute commands. So that's what a servant is. And if we follow Yahweh Shai and we're a servant of his, then we're going to be obedient when he tells us, to be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth. That means we're supposed to be having children. We're supposed to be taking care of our children. We're supposed to be helping at home. Dang, it's windy. Salakia. Helping at home and producing fruitful works with our hands, sisters. So I just want to grab a couple accounts real quick about Everything on this earth is working. The sun works, it rises, it sets. The moon, it rises and gives us light at night. You know, the grass is working, the wind is working. I want to pull that precept real quick. So we don't have time to rest. Everything the Most High created, we're supposed to be working. We're not supposed to be idle, wasting time. Because we know through much lawfulness, it brings forth evil. It brings forth idleness and evil. Let's get Sirach 43 real quick. 43 and 2. Okay. It says, the sun, when it appeared, declaring at the rising, a marvelous instrument, the work of the Most High. At noon, it parches the country, and who can abide the burning heat thereof? A man blowing a furnace is in works of heat, but the sun burneth the mountains 3 times more, breathing out fiery vapors and sending forth bright beams and dimmeth the eyes. Verse 5, it say, great is the Lord that made it, and in his commandment it runneth hastily. So check, that's a beautiful thing. The Most High commanded the sun to rise to work, and the sun is an obedient servant. Imagine if the sun wanted to have a slothful or idle day and said it wasn't going to rise today. Imagine how that would affect us. It would affect us drastically. So how much more, you know, as the daughters of Zion that has husbands and children, and we're being slothful and we're not producing righteous fruit with our hands, doing the things that we should be doing, or even sisters that's not married, it's still work to be done, because as the servants, you still have to be producing righteous fruits, meaning like there's so many different things that we could be doing to help towards the ministry. As the daughters of Zion, we're here to be helpers. You see that, sister? So let me keep going. It say verse 6, it say, he made the moon also to serve in her season for declaration of time and a sign of the world. For the moon is the sign of the feast, and a light that decreases in her perfection. The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully, and her changing being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of the heaven. So the moon is doing its job as well. Let's keep going. It say, verse 9, it say, the beauty of the heaven and glory of the stars, an ornament giving light in the highest places of the Lord. And verse 10, at the commandment of the Holy One, they will stand in order and never faint in their watches. These is great servants. So how much more us? We got to be obedient servants. So I wanted to just bring out an account about Isaac and Rebekah. How Rebekah, she was being faithful with her works. She wasn't being slothful. She wasn't putting off. She wasn't procrastinating. She got up and she was doing her daily duties as she knew that she should. And the Most High blessed her for it. Let's go to Genesis. Let's go to Genesis. Let me see real quick. I believe 24. Yeah, let's go to Genesis 24 and 42. All right, 24 and 42, it says, and I came this day unto the well and said, O Lord God of my master Abraham, if now thou do prosper my way, which I go, behold, I stand by the well of water, and it shall come to pass that when the virgin cometh forth to draw water, and I say to her, give me, I pray thee, a little water of thy pitcher to drink. And she say to me, both drink thou, and I will also draw for thy camels. Let the same be the woman whom the Lord have appointed out of my master's son. So the point that I'm bringing out about this, Rebekah, she was diligent. She wasn't slothful. She was working. She was doing her normal daily duty out by the well drawing water. And the Most High, he blessed her for her obedience. Just for being a willful working servant with her hands producing fruit. She ended up getting a husband, a righteous husband. And that's beautiful. Let's keep going. Verse 45, it says, and before I had done speaking in my heart, behold, Rebekah came forth with her pitcher on her shoulder, and she went down unto the well, and she drew water, and I said unto her, let me drink, I pray thee. And she made haste and let down her pitcher from her shoulder and said, drink, and I will give thy camels drink also. So I drank, and she made the camels drink also. So not only was Rebekah executing her duties as a righteous woman, as the righteous daughter of Zion, but she made haste with it. Like, she was excited. She did it fast with excitement. Her duties that she should be doing. So we can learn, we can learn from our foremothers and the righteous things that they did when it comes to, putting our hands to fruitful works and producing our labors. There's so many things that we have to do, that we really, literally don't have no time to be wasting around being idle and not being, bringing fruit forward. So let's get a precept about just idleness. Let's go to Timothy. Yeah, let's go to Timothy 5:13. Idleness, it literally just means you're not working, you're not being fruitful. You wasting time. And through much idleness, you bring forth evil because you're really not on nothing. You're just wasting time. So let's go to 1 Timothy 5 and verse 13. It says, and withal they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house, and not only idle, but tattlers also, and busybodies, speaking things which they ought not. So if the daughters of Zion is busy doing the work, whatever it is that they may be doing, making sure that their house is aligned for that day, that they got visions and goals for that day for their family. If they're helping, putting their hand forward to help the ministry, as far as giving alms, making posters, whatever it is that they may be doing. Like, in this truth, the fact that we got brought out of darkness and brought into the light, the Most High, Salakia, y'all, that dog better not come over here. Salakia. We all got gifts. We all got gifts. And the thing about that, sisters have to tap into what their gift is. Do any sisters on this live know what your gift is? And are you using I got two questions. Do you know what your gift is that Most High gave you? And are you using your gift to glorify the ministry? To magnify the Most High name? Sisters, just drop in the chat if you know what your gift is. I can't see the comments for some reason. And are you using it to glorify the Most High name? Let me see, I'm trying to pull it up, sisters. It's important coming into this truth. You have to know what your calling is. And you have to make sure you're in the perfect will of the Most High so he can use you for how he created you. Do anybody know what their gift is? If you don't know what your gift is, it's probably time to, pull on the Most High, Salakia, and find out what your gift is so that you can use it. So that you can use it and get up your works, your righteous works for the Most High. Use it for building up your sisters. Use it for building the kingdom. Or the ministry, I should say. Let's get another precept on idle. It's so many things that sisters can do, like, I'm going to just name a few different things, like gardening, like putting your hands to planting seeds and being able to start gardens. That's a beautiful gift. Giving alms. Like, some sisters, if you don't know what your gift is at this point, like, just give alms. You know what I'm saying? Go out and help. Go help the ministry. Go out and see what different camps and stuff need to be done to do the work of the Lord. Like you can put your hand towards righteousness to start producing righteous fruits while you in this truth. Another gift will be sewing, if sisters know how to sew, cook. Collectively, just like it's so many gifts that's inside of us, we might not know what they all are, but like I said, you have to pray and pull on the Most High that He show you what your gift is so you can use it, because we're gonna be the thing we have to understand, we're gonna be accountable for the gift that the Most High gave us, and He's gonna ask you, what'd you do with the gift I gave you? Like, what righteous fruits did you produce with what I put inside of you? And sisters really got to think about that. You know, like I said, if you don't know, just give alms. Go out there and give alms. Be helpful. You know, help build it up. Don't be slothful and idle though. You know, and all praises to all the sisters tuning in tonight that's participating in the fast. This evening, the Unity Sister Fast, all praise to the Most High. You know, this is a good time to pull on the Most High to find out what your gift is. This is a good time. So, sisters just gotta really think about it. You know, whatever it is that you're doing, make sure the majority of the time that you're spending is on building your spirit up by staying in these precepts and making sure that you're producing righteous fruits, not so much like, yeah, we have to, if we still in captivity, so we have to work. But what I'm saying is, so like y'all, this wind and stuff blowing in my eyes, we have to also be putting our hand towards producing righteous fruits, not just maintaining, like I said before in my last video, not just maintaining a 9 to 5, or not just working a 12-hour shift at the job, because that's required for you, you know, to survive and live and to get the things that you need here in this kingdom. But like when it comes to, you know, getting your spiritual fruits and your spiritual works up, like what are you doing? You have to think about these things because it's gonna count. I want to bring a precept out real quick about what the Most High say about that, you know, because Salakia, like I said, He put gifts inside of all of us. Let's get oh, it's real windy, y'all. Salakia. Let's go to Sirach 35 and let's see. Four, right here. It says, "Thou shalt not appear empty before the Lord." What does that mean? That means while we down here on this earth, we better be getting our works up. We better be getting our righteous works up, producing righteous fruits with our hands. And if you go to the Proverbs 31 woman, like I said, she worked willingly with her hands, man. Like it's a pleasure for her, you know, to do the things that she needs to do for her family. And it's a pleasure for her to give alms. It's a pleasure for her. This virtuous woman, it brings her joy to be able to do the things that's pleasing to the Most High through serving her family. Because that's what we got to remember. It's always going to start there. Because if you go back to Genesis, you got to remember why we was created in the first place. We was brought here to be helpmeet. Let me get there, y'all. The wind blowing so hard. So like you. Proverbs 31 and let's see. Let's see. 13, it says, she seeketh wool and flax, and she worked willingly with her hands. Sister, this is it is imperative that we are producing righteous fruits in this truth, that we're doing righteous works, that we're not idle, and that we're not slothful while we in this truth, because we're going to be held accountable for it. Let's drop down to, let's see. The whole chapter is good, sisters, obviously, but I just wanted to point out a couple of things. Verse 16, this is another righteous, these are righteous fruits right here. These are works. So verse 16, it says she considered the field and she buyeth it. with the fruit of her hands, she planted the vineyard. And I was talking about that earlier. Like, sisters, it ain't, sisters, look, just get some seeds. I don't know, the dirt ain't that good, y'all, because they dropping so much stuff over us. But you can literally, you can build you a little box off the ground, put some dirt in there, go get you some seeds, put some seeds in there, put some dirt over the seeds, water it, and watch it grow. Like, you will never know, like, if you good at this stuff until you do it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, to tap into what your gift is, you have to, like, you got to try different things. Righteous things, obviously, sisters. We're talking about righteous things. The gift that the Most High gave you, try it. Just try it. You never know if that's your gift or not. You might have a green thumb. We might have been waiting on you all this time to find out that your gift was to garden. You know, so Israel can start, and we can start a whole little community and grow our own food and be able to eat off of it, but you would never know unless you try it, sisters. Let me get another precept in the Proverbs 31, and let's see. There's another one I wanted to grab. Let's see. Verse 20, it says, she stretcheth out her hand to the poor, yea, she reacheth forth her hands to the needy. I went over that already. Alms. Give it alms. So like I said, we don't have time to be idle. We don't have time to be slothful. That's a spirit. And if you look up the definition for depression, and you look up the definition for slothfulness, they have the same meaning. Because when you're depressed, you don't want to do nothing. You're feeling discouraged. You're not motivated. You know, you really don't want to do anything. And then it's the same thing with slothfulness. Like, slothfulness is idle. So you don't want to work. You're not putting your hands to produce any type of righteous fruit at all, or produce any kind of fruits at all. And that'll cause you alone to go into like a depression. And I talked about that already. But those spirits run hand in hand, sisters. It's the spirit of sorrow. Let's go. One more precept in Proverbs, and then let's go to Genesis real quick. Let's get 31 and 31. Oh, you know what? Let's get 30. Let's get 30 and 31. It says, favor is deceit, and beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. So it ain't about how you look, you know. It's not about how you look. You can be as beautiful as you want to be, but look, remember why you was created. Remember why the Most High brought you on this earth. It wasn't to look pretty. It wasn't to look beautiful, sit back and be slothful and idle, not produce any kind of fruits with your hands and just be like, oh, my beauty will do it. No, it's all about fearing the Most High, keeping his commandments, doing what he told us to do. It was commanded that we be a helper, a helpmeet to our husbands. And sisters, like I said, if you don't have a husband, then, like I said, do things that is going to help build up the ministry. Get out there and give alms. Put your hands towards something that's going to produce righteous fruits. And then let's get 31 and say, give her the fruit of her hands and let her own works praise her through the gates. That's what it is. Give her the fruit of her hands and let her own works praise her through the gates. So we have to be getting our works up in this truth. No, it's not works alone. It's faith too. But you cannot be idle or slothful in this truth. So let's go back to Genesis 2 and 18 real quick. So I can, y'all. 2 and 18, and it said, and the Lord God said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him a helpmeet for him. See that, sisters? Helpmeet, helper. A helper is going to be working, not being slothful or laying down or unmotivated. Like I said, that's a spirit. You have to fast that spirit off of you, because ultimately slothfulness, that's like a silent killer. You know, like in the world where they say, you know, the different diseases that sneak up on you and kill you, like stress and heart attacks, like they silent killers. You don't realize the impact that it's having on your body, right? Same thing for this spirit of slothfulness. It literally slowly sifts you out of the truth, basically. It does, because you're unmotivated. You probably slowly stop reading, slowly stop studying, Slowly stop having holy congregations or conversations with your sisters of righteous, talk about righteous things. You probably slowly stop up fasting, and you just don't realize it. And then over time, like, slothfulness will kill you. It'll get you sifted clean up out of here, because before you know it, boom, your candle out. Your candle out, because you weren't feeding your spirit. You weren't putting your hands towards fruitful. You weren't putting your hands towards fruitful works. You wasn't producing anything. And slothfulness snuck up on you and killed you. Let's go to Genesis 3:16 real quick. So I just want to show you, like, women are more susceptible for spirits to hop on them. And that's what we have to understand. And if that requires fasting every other day, do what you got to do. Fast and get the spirit off you. Keep fasting. If the spirit keep coming back, then keep fasting, because obviously that spirit ain't going nowhere. It don't want to go nowhere, because it want to ultimately destroy you and sift you out, kill you. Let's get 16. It say, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow, and in thy conception in sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire should be unto thy husband, and he shall rule over you. So, sorrow. If you look the word sorrow up, sisters, I'm going to see if I can pull it up real quick and just show y'all. Sorrow is another word for depression. Now, I don't know if sisters knew that. Let me pull it up real quick. It's another word for depression. It's a spirit. It's an evil spirit. But we got hit with that. We got hit with that for being wicked, So sisters have to understand, like, this spirit, it don't take much of anything for the spirit to hop on you. But if you strengthening up your spirit and staying girded up and fasting and praying and staying in your word, you can fight back. And then get other sisters to fight with you. Fasting with you. Praying with you. And another thing, don't be ashamed to confess your sins, man. Let me bring that out real quick. A lot of the issues that we're dealing with, sisters is just ashamed to talk about. They ashamed to confess it. They ashamed to acknowledge it. They just hide it, thinking that it will go away. But no, we have to. I'm not saying, now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying confess your sins to the whole world. That's not what I'm saying. You can confess it to the Most High, but make sure you acknowledge that, like, this is where you at. This is the state where you at. This is what you're facing. This is what you're going through. Like, don't try to play the Most High like he don't know when he put it on you. But let me see if I can find it real quick. Slovakia. I thought I had that wrote down. Yeah, here it is. So Sirach 4 and 26. It says, be not ashamed to confess thy sins, and force not the course of a river. So sisters, it's okay. Let the Most High know what's going on. Acknowledge if you got an issue, whatever the issue may be, whatever sin you might be struggling with, whatever spirit to keep on hopping on you. Feel like you can't overcome it, you can overcome it through fasting and praying and pull it on the Most High. Sincerely ask him to take it from you and remove it from you. You can overcome it, but don't allow it to just sit on you and defeat you and destroy you until you ultimately have nothing inside of you. Your candle is blown out, your spirit is, there's nothing there, and then you sifted out this truth. So just keep that in mind, sisters. I got a couple more precepts, and we're gonna end it out. Let me see. Let's see. Another thing, sometimes, like, I've said this before, like when I first came into this truth, I didn't realize when the spirit would hop on me. And some sisters may not know when the spirit hop on them. But the easiest way to identify if you got an evil spirit on you, let's go to Galatians 5 and 22 real quick, because you can fight these spirits off of you, sisters. Let me just, the easiest way to identify if you got a spirit on you is go to Galatians 5 and 22 and look at the fruit of the spirit and see if you know, the way you're acting and the way that you're moving and how you're talking doesn't match up with the fruit of the Spirit. And if it don't, 9 times out of 10, you probably got a wicked spirit on you. Let's verse 22. It's 5 and 22. It say, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. Hey, that's the easiest way. If you snapping and you tripping and you know you bugging out, you probably got a wicked spirit on you. You need to probably just remove yourself away from the situation or whatever it is. Go repent and start over again, sisters. And it's that simple. So I say all that to say, continue to fast and pray in His truth. Keep your spirit built up. Don't let your candle dim out. Stay zealous, because idleness and slothfulness and depression, it literally it come against your zeal for the Most High. It come against that passion that you have, that eagerness that you have to serve the Most High, that eagerness that you have to do righteous deeds. That's taken away when you dealing with these different kind of spirits. So we have to remember to just fight back spiritually through fasting and praying, through staying in the word, word of the Most High, and just trusting Him. And this was not long at all, sisters. That's pretty much all I got for tonight. So the fast, if sisters is participating in a fast, is going, like I said, sundown today until sundown tomorrow before Shabbat, if you keep the Friday, Saturday Shabbat. But that's it. It was just a quick to encourage sisters to stay on fire. Don't let that spirit of slothfulness overtake you. If you notice that you're dealing with it, take it to the Most High. He can take it from you. Fast, pray, talk to another sister about it. Stay encouraged, and don't let these spirits sift you out. We at the end now. So stay on fire, sisters. I love y'all, and Shabbat Shalom to everybody. Until next time, Shalom. Y'all, I don't know how to end this. Salakia.